welcome back to Abe Clark's World. Today's show is a very, very special show for me because today's show I'm having my daughter on, Micah Kiyo, aka Micah Luxi. And guys, she is an incredible artist, entrepreneur. Before I pump her up too much, let's just get into this, okay? All right, here we go.
You've entered my world. Don't be afraid to let go. 'Cause here we do the most. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hello, we are in I guess this is the 5th episode of the ATL Chronicles. I am sitting here with Micah Kiyo, aka Micah Luxi, my daughter. Yes. So I'm on camera with my daughter, and she's part of the ATL Chronicles. Okay, first question.
Yes.
I guess because you started in music, that's where we're going to start with the questioning.
Okay.
Mountains I had to climb to get me where I wanna be. Everyone I had to fight. Now I'm the one with the victory. It's a race your love's company. It'll be best not to fuck with me. I'm on a mission to bust through the top and I ain't looking back. I got a gap. Know it's some places I made it about and I ain't going back. And that's a fact. When it get funny, the only thing I know to do is fall back. I feel the blackout. Busting these rhymes, I blow your back out.
And it says a moment that put music on your path, studio stage, and silence before the leap. The leap is the change, I guess. And so what was it like in the music industry?
Wow.
Yeah.
The music industry for me was a pretty fun experience overall because in my mind, it started when I was a kid. I was just telling Scotty the other day how, as a child, I remember following my dad wherever he went, to whatever rehearsal or whatever show he was putting together, whatever production it was. And I remember just feeling so proud that he was the one in charge. Normally, he was the director, the choreographer, or both. In most cases, he was both. And my mom usually was the executive producer. My dad was the director. So just being around that was the music industry for me because it instilled in my DNA just theater, being on stage, performing, all of that in general. But of course, over time, as I got older and I started to write my own music, it became fun. And then we would record songs in our basement. My dad would engineer and help me write all the things. He would encourage me as in high school to sacrifice. What do I want to do? Do you want to go to the football game or do you want to be a performer? Like you have to choose. And a lot of times I would choose to perform and stay home and work in the studio. And I could keep going on and on. You want me to keep going? So
yeah, I mean,
I'll come to a close in a second.
I'm kind of like embarrassed in a way.
This is great. What do you mean?
It is great, but I mean, in retrospect, I see how hard it was.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was hard. I had to make decisions, but I also made decisions that I regretted as a kid. Like he would say, Micah, if you want to perform and stuff, you should focus on that instead of playing basketball and running track and doing all these other swimming, all these things that distracted me, which I still, kind of deal with to this day as far as me not being focused. So that's something that I'm choosing to decide right now to be focused. Anyways, so to speed up, the music industry evolved into my parents helping me manage me in my career and me trying to figure out who I was as an artist and as a teenager, as an adult, as a married person, because I did it. I did music for decades. So I started off as a child, but I ended up as a married woman doing music. And by the time, a few years into my marriage, I quit the marriage and the music. So, but it's true. That's what happened. I hope that answers your question.
Okay.
With that being said, I'm open to music now today.
Okay, that's
What you wanna do? I'm looking for a new love, baby. A new love. No cap, 'cause this, that, no. This,
that is it. And as a father, it frustrated the hell out of me because I didn't want to push her or force her to do it, especially when she got into the later teens. I was like trying to pull back and allow her to be free. And it's hard as a parent, especially when you're guiding it all along, and then all of a sudden you have to stop. Especially when she got her record deal, I had to pull back and let them do stuff, and they were screwing everything up, in my opinion.
Speaking of, I saw Jazzy the other day.
You did?
Yeah, that was interesting.
And how did that go with you? How did he react?
It was interesting. You could tell he was just like processing, seeing me because I looked fabulous. I looked fabulous, so I don't know if he was expecting that. Because, over time, people can change in not a positive way. They might evolve negatively.
Right.
So I don't know what was going through his mind. It was awkward, but I was cool, and I spoke to him first because, I wanted to, just show him that everything was cool.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I love Jazzy. And we say Jazzy, we're talking about Jazzy Faye. But changing the subject a little bit, growing up in the Clark household, was that fun, or was it an adventure, or was it hard?
It was the most fun.
Okay.
Growing up in our home, my dad was a great dad. He was the parent. First of all, there were 4 parents in our house because it was my aunt and uncle who lived in the same house as my mom and dad with their children. So my cousins were my siblings. There were 5 kids, 4 parents. It was like a party every day. With that being said, my dad went above and beyond as a parent to take all 5 of us kids to any field trips, any movies, Six Flags.
I was pretty much the fun
party parent, the fun parent. And he pulled the weight for all the stuff that the other parents didn't want to do, the stuff that could be fun, but it's really kind of torture for a lot of parents.
But for me, it was fun too because I was very, I guess a lot of adults would say childish. I was very childlike because of being in the arts. And I just like.
Another thing he did, sorry, I have to cut you off there, is we would have summer camps at the house. And my parents are very entrepreneurial. So they would charge other parents in the neighborhood and other friends, like parents from the church and stuff, to drop them off every day during the summer for our parents, my dad really, to oversee, chaperone. He would have curriculum at the end of the summer. We had a whole play production for the parents, all of that kind of stuff. So
I was actually sharpening my gifts at the same time.
Surprise, surprise.
And there's one song we sang too back in those days, right?
Yeah.
It was called the Giant Song.
Okay, wait. Let me set this up. It's not just the Giant Song. My dad was super dad, so he would tuck us in every night for bed. And this is the song that he would sing to us when he tucked us in, and it was so cute. It really didn't mean anything. It was just a nursery rhyme, like from a book, and he just came up with the song. He wrote the song on the spot one day, and then every day since then we would just sing it together before bed. So don't laugh too hard, but it's so cute.
I want my
ready?
breakfast, the giant said. The minute that I wake up in my giant bed, tell the kitchen, the giant said, I'm giantly hungry and I better get fed. I don't want oatmeal or eggs with toast. I want what I want and I want it the most. 100 pancakes and not one less. And enough maple syrup to make a giant mess.
Y'all hear those harmonies, how we split off at the end and still made it come together?
Okay, that was so much fun. It was some book. It was a book of rhymes, and I wish I had this book today so I could pass it on to grandchildren and nieces' children and all that stuff, because I made a song with every song in that book.
Oh, wow.
You guys just saw, this was the most favorite song.
It was the most fun song. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, that was our childhood. But
it was my childhood, Dad.
It was.
No, it was he was obviously living vicariously through us.
I sure was. Yeah, it was fun for me too as a parent. I felt like because I was having so much fun doing it, I felt like I was not being the best parent sometimes. And, you know,
I don't agree with that at all.
I know, but I mean,
he was very structured, and he disciplined, and he would correct us. Don't get it twisted. He's a great dad.
Yeah.
He's my hero. Yeah.
Fast forward to pretty much now.
Okay.
What brought you to the coaching thing that you're doing now, like with the Feminine Energy 101? You know,
yeah.
Tell us what that's all about and what brought you there.
Yes. So I've named myself Micah Luxi. It's not the name that my father gave me.
She was born Micah Kiyo Clark.
I was born Micah Kiyo Clark, but I have, in addition to that identity, I have the identity of Micah Luxi. And for me, it's a declaration of who I've worked so hard to become. You know, growing up I had a great childhood. There were things about it that weren't perfect either. And because of that, I made poor choices when it comes to my personal life. I got married. I was with the person for 10 years. My parents tried to warn me to not do it. They did.
Literally, can I tell the story real quick?
If you want, sure.
I literally got down on my knees. The man was standing there. Michael was standing beside him. And I put my hands together and I said, please do not marry him.
Huh.
I beg of you, please. It's not that you're not a bad person, but you guys are just not right for each other. And they said, we're going to marry anywhere. And I got up and I was ready to fight him.
Man,
he could have kicked my butt, but I was ready to fight.
Talk about embarrassing. That's very embarrassing for, to hear like, dang,
What?
I just disregarded y'all's opinion altogether.
I understand where you were at in your head. You were just basically, you wanted to get married, number one. You were infatuated with him. Number two, I can't say you loved him, but I think you were more infatuated.
Well, I think that I just wanted to have sex. Because growing up in church, you're taught to abstain. So I had this obsession over connecting.
Girl, I would have told you. No, I'm just playing. I wouldn't have told you.
Well, anyways.
But
You want me to finish my story?
Yes, finish. Please finish.
But what were you about to say?
I mean, I don't think it was just the sex thing, though.
It was bigger than that, but that was the part of it.
Part of it for you.
I was just impatient. Anyways, so I made a lot of choices. I had a lot of heartache in that relationship. Anyways, it failed. I decided to leave, and that was the best decision for me.
After 8 years.
After 8 years of being with this person, a lot of my early 20s, I got married early when I was 21, 22, something like that. So most of my 20s were gone. By the time I got divorced, I was 30, and I finally felt free. With that being said, there was a lot of pain and trauma that I was processing, a lot of hurt. So from then until now, it's been about 5-6 years, I have evolved so much. I have truly changed and transformed my mind, my body, my spirit, my heart, my life. And so I'm a super intentional person when it comes to anything that I want to get better in. So for example, today we were talking about how I used to be all over the place as a kid, and as an adult, I have dealt with the same thing. But starting right now, I chose to transform my mind in an instant and say, I'm just going to be focused from here on out. And it's taken me a lot to get to this point. But as Micah Luxi, the transformation coach and expert, I can do that. And I love helping other people to be able to do the same thing, men and women and children.
How's the feminine energy book going?
Yes. So after I got divorced, I realized that I was emasculating my husband every day, which is a big part of why we got a divorce. I wanted to figure out what I contributed to the situation for it to not work out. And through that self-reflection, I realized that I was super masculine, and most women in our culture are very, very masculine. So I studied feminine energy, the psychology of it, the practicality of it, how to apply it to my life and to my relationships. And I now know how to guide women when it comes to being more feminine in their bodies and in their relationships. And that's what my book is about as well. So if you want it, please go buy it for yourself or for your partner. It's on Amazon. The link is right here.
That's right. We'll put a link there.
Yeah, the link.
Yes. And you made a little money off of the book.
I have made money, and I'm going to continue to make money. I've made money off of being Micah Luxi, the transformation coach. With my community, I'm developing a holistic wellness community. Look, the focus thing, right? Mm-hmm. So the feminine energy thing is now under the umbrella of the holistic wellness community. It's called the Taboo Collective. And under that, we cultivate women, men, and children, healing families.
What happens in a paid session?
Oh, great question.
Yeah.
So anyone, whether you're in our community or not, can pay to have a one-on-one session with me. And in those sessions, it's tailored to what your specific needs are. But we cover areas of healing your heart, healing your mind, healing your body, and healing your relationships. So,
all right, this is a little personal, but this is one of my notes. It's basically, it says, Public Love, Private Fuel, Lessons from Building with Scotty ATL while carrying your own brand.
Best question. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a great question. My dad is asking that question because I think people can see that my boyfriend, his name is Scotty ATL. We've been together. I love him. He's amazing. He's a masculine man and all the things. I think he's asking me that question because in my past, I have been codependent when it comes to my partnerships, or I'll lose myself in my relationships. And so from the outside looking in, I'm sure he could see how even when I got with Scotty, I probably was not sure of who I was in the beginning.
In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, but now I've done a lot of inner work to where it's natural and normal for us to support each other while we are working on ourselves. So whatever that means, where he has his own businesses, I have my own business. But we started off working together. Like, that's how we kind of got together. So we have processes that we've had to refine and boundaries that we've had to put in place so that we can have a healthy work-life integration, because it's not about separating work and life. I think you and Mom can relate to that too. My dad and my mom have worked together their whole marriage mostly, and I've seen them as an example be able to communicate, have fun, work hard, play hard, all of those things. So that's something me and Scotty, I think, have gotten really good at.
All right. Well, we're going to take a really quick break to hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with a couple of more questions. All right. So stay tuned. Today's sponsor is Box Chicken. You guys, this is me tasting the original flavor of the box chicken tender. It is delicious. And I just, you guys just don't know. You have to come and taste this chicken. It is some of the best chicken I've ever tasted in my life. It's boneless, it's skinless, and it's used, what they do is they cook it in the panko batter, and that's a type of breadcrumb they use to create a firmness around the chicken. Now I'm gonna try the spicy flavor. Yes, spicy is my flavor. And wait a minute, oh my God. It is earth-shaking delicious. And let me tell you, it met all, it was very spicy and very delicious at the same time. You gotta try it. But Box Chicken is the spot. It's in West LA on the corner of Pico and Sepulveda. All right, look it up, Google it. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you for watching this show. We are getting right back to Micah, Kiyo, aka Micah Luxi. All right, let's get back into it.
Diamonds, curves. Diamonds, curves. Diamonds, curves. Diamonds, diamonds, curves. Diamonds, curves. Diamonds, curves. Diamonds, curves. Diamonds, baby shining like the sun up in this universe. Yeah, I'm swinging hard like my Gucci purse. I ain't your average girl, wasn't in my voice. But my girl, make it wonder. That's what you wonder. I get it on the go. I'll make one next to another. I'll put it there on the water. Don't worry, trying to take a show. I'm a girl's best friend. You be so confident. Make the girls think he's a Kardashian.
Okay, this next question is pretty interesting. It's called Rituals That Hold, Morning Routine, Movement, Media Diet. What keeps you alive?
Yes. Ooh. So for me, I must have structure in order to stay calm, relaxed, and on point. If I don't have the structure, the disorganization goes crazy. So every morning I have my morning routines where I get up 6 a.m. I have my roll around, cuddle time, quality time with Scotty. And then at 7 a.m. I hit the ground running, whether that's starting with my chia seed, my drinking water, going to the gym. I go into feeding my dog. I go to the gym to work out, or I'll walk outside to get some fresh air. I then stuff my face with food, protein, microgreens, then my olive oil and lemon shot. I get water and breakfast for Scotty prepared, and then I start my day.
And this is important.
This is important to do. If not, I do feel like I get distracted. I get discouraged. I will lose focus. But it is important to say it's about progress, not perfection. If I make a mistake or miss something in my routine or miss a day, I don't dwell on it. I just hop on it later that day or the next day.
Now, would you consider what you're doing as, are you considered a content creator? Or, or do you,
Yes.
and if so, what are the different platforms that you work with?
Yes, I am a content creator. Micah Luxi. Well, a lot of people, I feel like, are content creators, whether they're in denial about it or not, just because of the world we live in. But I do feel like it's important for me to be intentional about my presence online in order to generate the sales and the impact that I want to make more than the sales.
Before we get to the next question, please like and subscribe to the channel. This will help our algorithm. And please do that. Comment below if you have any questions, okay? And I'll get back to you. All right, so finish your thought.
So yeah, that's it. I think I definitely have decided that I'm a content creator, and ever since I made that decision, it has changed my whole life experience. I think that it really is important for people to have the courage to put themselves out there and what they want to share with the world.
Okay, the hard season, the soft heart. One setback that reshaped your message. How you turn that pain into service? Like even like even the marriage. How did you turn that pain?
Well, I believe that everything we go through is working for us, not against us. Kind of like the scripture that says everything is working for the good of those who love God and who is called according to His purpose. So it's that. I believe that with my whole heart. The accident, the divorce, the something that triggers me today. All of it is going to work for me if I actually surrender to it. Now, if I have resistance and I'm fighting it and I'm frustrated and I'm not feeling my emotion or not dealing with the pain or the struggle and I'm just numbing it or drinking or smoking or doing drugs to brush it under the rug, then it's not going to work for you because you're not allowing it to do what it's supposed to do. That's what a lot of people do, which is why they stay stuck in their cycles. But if we can feel it, process it, and let it move through us, then we can actually heal. And naturally, God will give us the words or the actions to take so that it can impact and help other people.
We're going to do one more thing, and I want you guys to stick around for it because it's a treat. We'll be right back. Okay, I like that.
And Scotty wrote this song, so...
This song was written by Scotty ATL.
So dope, yeah, you should be illegal. Weighing on the scale, yeah, you dope like a Libra. If it was 96, boy, I would beep ya. Later on, I get good like a speaker. Way before you said a word, I think ya. I'm catching a wave. I shot, but I save.
Thank you so much for coming into 8 Clocks World. We will see you next time. All right? Peace. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel.